Hey Planet LPers, Ted here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about box sets. So during the lockdown phase of the pandemic, I took the plunge and bought the Police's Every Move You Make. And this is all of their album releases from Outlandus de Amor, with the original cover art in there. You see the back, that's good. Regatta de Blanc, Zenyatta Mandata, Ghost of the Machine, my personal favorite, and Synchronicity, their final album. But what got me to get this box set was not only the fact that they remastered all these at Abbey Road Studio, and they do sound pretty fantastic, but it also came with this second disc, or well, it's not really second disc, but bonus disc, called Flexible Strategies, in which they have, here's the back of it, and they have some B-sides, some alternate takes. There's one of Truth It's Everybody that's a remix. It's very, very odd. It doesn't sound like anything that I've ever heard, but it also has Murder by Numbers. And if you bought the LP back in the day of Synchronicity, it did not come with Murder by Numbers. To get that song, you either had to buy the 45 or get the cassette tape. Now, without this box set, if you just go and buy Synchronicity standalone, you'll get Murder by Numbers on it for most of the issues, or most of the releases, of what I wanted to say. But what they tried to do here was to replicate exactly what was released in LP form. They sound great. I'm happy I bought it. But back in the day, I used to be a big completist on, well, for bands and artists that I really, really liked. And The Police was one of them. So I went to see this movie back in the 80s called Brimstone Treacle because Sting was in it. And while I was watching the movie, I thought, hey, there's some songs on here that sound like The Police. Well, I go over to Tower Records and I find, yes, there is a soundtrack. And I bought it. But the soundtrack has gone out of print, so it's very difficult to get now. You can't get it on streaming platforms. So if you scream out, hey, Siri, or hey, Alexa, play Brimstone and Treacle, you might not know what you want to hear. You can get it on YouTube. There's a few people that uploaded the entire album on YouTube. But I went on Discogs and looked for a good copy. It did cost me like $28, but here it is, as I showed you, Brimstone and Treacle, and there is the back. Sorry about the ring light. It has songs by Sting, songs by The Police. We Got the Beat by the Go-Go's, and Up the Junction by Squeeze. So not a bad grouping of songs. It's a very dark movie, but what I liked about it is that on Discogs they tell you the condition of the disc before you buy it, so it looks good on the front side, which doesn't really matter, but the back side, if you can see that, there aren't any scratches on there, which is great. So if you're a completist like me, Discogs is actually a good place to go to buy the physical copy, because most times streaming companies won't have these soundtracks. You won't get the license for them for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't run a streaming company, so I honestly don't know. But because I've been doing the new music report with Keith Creighton, and he is an absolute completist when it comes to a lot of bands and artists, and he will track down import copies. He'll use Discogs as well. So I guess I've been doing that for so long that it kind of rubbed off on me, and I wanted to kind of go down that road as well and get a physical copy. So there it is. Hey, this has been kind of fun doing these sort of shorts on YouTube. Maybe I'll continue to do them. Until then, hope you keep listening to Planet LP. Thanks so much for listening. Talk soon. Bye.